The subject of our first report sounds like it comes from the world of sci-fi anime. It's a drone that can transport mid-flight and looks nothing like a typical quadcopter. Developed by a research team at the University of Tokyo specializing in humanoid robots, it's far more than just a toy.
Here's a new kind of drone still under development. It looks quite different from the common types you might be used to seeing. It's the creation of a research team at the University of Tokyo. Leading the project is Chinese-born assistant professor Zhao. This entire lab is actually working on the development of human-shaped robots. And with his project, assistant professor Zhao aims to incorporate robotic technology into drones. In other words, to create flying robots.
空中で変形できる関節を持つドローンの研究をしています。例えばこれは数年前に作ったプロトタイプになるんですけど、黒いパイプが骨組みになっておりまして、それを関節でつなげて空中でヘビみたいに変形できるようにしています。
And here's a later model which has 8 rotors. And of course, it too can transform. It's turned into a sort of large ring.
例えばこの足の方に磁石をつけて大きい物体を吸い上げることが吸着させて吸い上げることができます。
So it's a kind of transportation drone.
こちらは全部2次元の機体になっておりまして。で最終的に我々は去年から空中で立体変形できる通称ドラゴンという機体を作りました。
And here's our star of the day.
立体を可能にさせているのはまずこちらの関節の部分なんですけど。
These joints have a range of motion of 20 degrees. They can move along both horizontal and vertical axes. So what sort of movement is the dragon capable of? Let's have a look. And lift off. Check this out. It begins its transformation. Just as the name says, it looks just like a dragon. Each joint can adjust its angle in 3 dimensions, enabling the drone to maintain this complex position. You could never tell the whole thing actually weighs 7.5 kilos. It seems to have sensed its batteries depleted. Currently, it can only remain airborne for about 3 minutes. Needless to say, extending its flight duration is one of the research team's primary goals. The Dragon is composed of 4 units. The rotors are actually ducted fans, each of which can lift a 1.5 kilogram load. The 2 fan units are connected by joints. They plan to eventually link together as many as 12 units in one continuous line. But the Dragon has more tricks up its sleeve. Here it is nimbly going through the small square in the center. Such movement is enabled by the fact that the fans themselves can adjust their position.
我々はプロペラの向きを自動的に操作するジンバルモジュールというものを設計してプロペラが真上を向くようにさせることができますね。
This May, the concept for the Dragon received the Best Paper in Automation Award from the Institute of Electrical and Electronics Engineers, or IEEE.
Our robot can transform on the air. It's like more like a human arm or like a snake. So this can achieve lots of the high applications in the future, for example, for rescue, because you can squeeze to a very small space or the small openings like a snake to explore to find some human products place.
Mainly in charge of communications, this student and team member told us about his dream.
人間の行っている作業を全部ロボットに置き換えるっていうのが一つの夢ですね。全てもオートメーションして、人間はもう働かなくていいみたいなのが夢です。
Our motivation is to bring such kind of the aerial transformability for the robot, and I think this is kind of research from the humanoid or one of the branch of the humanoid, because we can also serve this robot as a humanoid or the first step of the humanoid.
Who's that little fellow by his side?
Oh, it's a kind of very general, common, small humanoid robot.
He hopes to one day grant the gift of flight to this robot, too.
Dragon is like a modular, segmented robot. If you assemble 5 dragons, it can be like a human bodies. So I think it is a good step-by-step for our research, and finally we will reach the goal, which is the flying humanoid. Yes.
As their research continues to advance, the gap between drones and flying humanoid machines, as well as that between robots and people, will become even narrower.
Flying humanoid robots. I can't wait. I'd also love to see what it looks like when multiple dragons are linked together. Just imagine what such robots will be able to accomplish. It's great to see the look of childlike joy on Assistant Professor Zhao's face. He clearly loves what he's doing, but make no mistake, he's definitely not playing around.